good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Thank you for tuning in to RETV News Break. I'm Tyren.
And Nicole. Every week, Ty and I bring you news, trends, and more with a positive spin. For our first story, he was an angel in disguise. A Mississippi teen saved 3 girls and an officer from drowning after the girls' car sank in a local river, WLOX News reports. 16-year-old Corian Evans was at the right place at the right time last week. A vehicle drove off the I-10 boat launch into the Pascagoula River when Corian sprang into action to save the 3 girls inside. They drove straight under the water, like only a little bit of car was still above the water, Corian recalled the harrowing ordeal to reporters. The car traveled about 20 feet away from the shore before sinking. When Corian saw the girls trying to get out, he threw his shirt, shoes, and phone and just jumped in. One of Corian's friends, Kron KJ Bradley, also joined in the rescue efforts to get the girls to safety. I was just like, I can't let none of these folks die. They need to get out of the water, so I just started getting them. I wasn't even thinking about anything else, Corian said. A student at Pascagoula High School, Corian said he's been swimming since he was about 3 years old. But even with his expert skills, the rescue was still a struggle. Not only did he have to help the 3 girls to shore, Moss Point police officer Gary Mercer, who responded to the scene and swam out to help, also began having trouble staying afloat. I turned around and I saw the police officer. He's drowning. He's going underwater. Drowning, says, and saying help. So I went over there. I went and grabbed the police officer and I'm like, swimming him back until I feel myself walk. They were throwing up because a lot of water had gotten inside of all of them. 25 yards out, so it was a lot of swimming. My legs were so tired after. Anything could have been in the water though, but I wasn't thinking about it, Corian explained. Chief Brandon Ashley praised the teen's heroic efforts, saying, "The police department and I commend Mr. Evans' bravery and selflessness he displayed by risking his own safety to help people in danger. If Mr. Evans had not assisted, it could have possibly turned out tragically instead of all occupants rescued safely." Corian's mother, Marquita Evans, said she's so proud of her son and glad that everything was okay. And I quote, "I was really proud of Corian because he wasn't just thinking about himself. He was trying to get all of those people out of the water. I'm glad nothing happened to him while he was trying to save other people's lives," she said. One of the girls, Cora Watson, took to social media to thank Corian, saying, "He saved my life right before my last breath." All 3 girls and Officer Mercer were taken to the hospital afterward and are expected to make a full recovery. The city of Moss Point recognized Corian for his heroic actions, presenting him with a certificate of commendation from Mayor Billy Knight and the Board of Aldermen during the city's recent board meeting.
That's pretty interesting.
It is, and for him to be just 16 and to spring into action like that without a second thought, he is definitely selfless and does the right thing at the right time. But it also goes to show to you 2 things. 1, Black people do swim.
This is true.
And 2, the importance of teaching our kids how to swim from a very early age. And even if it's not at a very early age, at any age, I don't care how old we are, we can learn to swim.
But I wonder at the same time how much of this was instinct, how much of this was skill, and how much of this was pure adrenaline. Because he said that even though he learned from the age of 3 how to swim, it was still super hard for him to go out here and save these 3 people. Like, so he said his legs were, and I was lifeguard for like several years of my life, but I've never done like river or ocean rescues or none of that was a long time ago, and that was prior to me being a lifeguard. I did have to actually save somebody from an ocean one time from a flipped over kayak that I was actually in at the time, but that's neither here nor there. But no, so like just, I guess his instinct or the adrenaline, obviously the skill set in because, he had the skills to do it. But I've heard of other people who've also jumped in water who claim they don't know how to swim and, something just came over them to be able to just pull people out of water in an emergency situation. So I wonder, even with, all his skill and that he, what he knows, how much of that was, like you said, muscle memory, and how much of that was actually just adrenaline going, crap, I see people in danger, I don't want to just walk on by and mind my business or go run to get help when I can potentially do something to save these people. Fortunately, he was able to do what he was, fortunately he was able to do what he needed to do in order to be able to save not only just the two people who were already drowning, but then the officer. Because that makes me go to think, I know officers are supposed to be here to protect and serve, but if you're an officer and you see other people are in a situation where you can't necessarily help them.
But maybe he thought he did, and maybe the current was just, we don't know what the circumstances were.
That's true.
What may have occurred for him. I mean, something as simple as could have gotten a Charlie horse by going in and,
Let's blame it on the fact he has all his equipment.
Versus a full-blown, man.
He had his equipment on, his gun, and his belt, and the vest. All of that stuff just kind of weighed him down, so he really couldn't. No, I'm being serious because I don't want to make fun of the simple fact that the man was drowning. Mm-hmm. But he, it's just like as I'm hearing this story, I'm going, so the police jumped in and had to be rescued too? Really? Is that what we're doing now?
But I will also say that I don't know who this officer is, what he looks like or anything like that, but I hope this story goes to show other officers that just because you see a 16-year-old male, black male, I'll say that, please always give them the benefit of the doubt first.
Yeah.
Because they, our children do great work. And this proves, serves the community in an extraordinary capacity. So,
I'm glad they, gave him his recognition, commended him for, him being doing heroic actions when he could have, like I said, just kept going about his business. Because most people, like I said, a lot of people probably would not have. Especially, like he said, he didn't even know what was in the water.
Yeah.
That alone would have been like, hey, I'm not going in there. I'm going to go with my phone. I'm going to call 911. I'm going to call, y'all got a rope, a guy got a buoy or something. I'm going to throw it out there and... Because that's what they teach you actually in life when you're actually in lifeguard. The last thing they want you to do is actually jump in the water because of the fact of, and I know I was being funny making fun of the officer, but that's the last thing they actually tell you to do is to jump in the water to actually go help. Mm-hmm. You're usually supposed to see if you can actually throw something to help them stay afloat and pull them in, or find other ways to help them before you actually go in because you don't know what the situation is, especially when a person is drowning. In most cases, the person is flailing, and if they hit you, then there's another person who, who needs to be rescued, and if that whole sparks the whole chain of. So what they want you to do is to be able to, if you ever go to a pool, you see the lifeguard has the big buoy on. Yeah. They throw the buoy out there for you to hold on to that to hold you afloat, or you'll see them, at the beaches. They have the circular life raft, not life raft, but the circular buoy or whatever. Mm-hmm. They usually have that long enough to throw out there to you for you to be able to grab it and then pull you in. So just a little tidbit, if you ever wonder why you see a lifeguard not actually run out into the water, that'd be why.
And just a point of recommendation for the city of Moss Point. Glad that you all gave him a certificate, but it'll be even more worthwhile if you all gave him money for a scholarship towards his future life endeavors. That
would actually be super dope, but I'm pretty sure that he would be able to use it in the best way he could for like I said, future endeavors, whether it be school or something else.
Definitely.
Yeah. In our next story, Martha's Vineyard is one of the most divine landmarks for Black artistic achievement. The historic island, situated in the New England region, will be the backdrop once again for the annual Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, better known as MVAAFF. That is a lot of word and acronyms to try to put together. But anyway, which this year will be celebrating its 20th anniversary, themed Celebrating Black Excellence in Film. The festival highlights both independent and established filmmakers over a span of 9 days. Established in 2002 by husband and wife duo Floyd A.B. Rance III and Stephanie T. Rance, MVAAFF has created a unique space for Black filmmakers and filmmakers of color to premiere new work and be seen in their totality, with them having the ability to showcase, screen, and promote emerging feature, documentary, and short films that span the globe. Hosted in Oaks Bluff, the iconic town favored by generations of well-heeled African Americans, this year's programming boasts an illustrious slate of talent, including Black luminaries such as Spike Lee, Tyler Perry, Skip Gates, Questlove, and Kazi Lemons, and exemplary films such as Reverend Al Sharpton's Loudmouth, which previously premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival, Questlove's Descendant Land Tracy Ellis Ross Hairstyles. Mixed Media Fine Arts Thomas E. Lockhart III will also be on display throughout the festival. Amazon, Netflix, OWN, Apple Plus, HBO, Hulu, Lionsgate, Starz, and Peacock are a few of the studio partners who will hold various screenings of their upcoming projects at MVAAFF. Tyler Perry is set to premiere his new period piece drama, A Jazzman's Blues, while Netflix will host a talkback with co-creators Timby and Attica Locke, following the screening of their limited series From Scratch. Director Kasi Lemons will be honored with the Legacy Spotlight for the 25th anniversary of Eve's Bayou and her work throughout the Black film landscape. She will also discuss working on Whitney Houston's biopic, I Want to Dance with Somebody, which is coming out in December of this year. Attendees are not only welcome to participate in the screenings at the Martha's Vineyard Performing Arts Center, but can take part in the panel discussions with filmmakers as they talk more about their bodies of work in depth. The full listing of scheduled screenings and events will be available at mvaaff.com. Check out the teaser of what to expect at this year's film festival.
Can we go?
I know, right? One, I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, and I heard it's really nice to go.
Yeah.
But then to have, a Black film festival up there that's actually being, spotlighted or, with features such as Tyler Perry, Spike Lee, HBO, OWN, Netflix, all of those things. Yeah,
all
that
the
would
greats.
be all the greats. That would be like super dope to go to. Yeah. And then from my understanding, so as I mentioned, Questlove did his documentary about the 70s Soul Festival or whatever in Manhattan or Brooklyn, I believe it was back then. And so now he has another documentary that he's actually releasing at this particular festival. Yeah, that actually would be something pretty dope to actually see in public. So shout out to anybody who actually has the opportunity to go to this event, because I've never actually heard of this, and to see that this has actually been going on for about 20 years, yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's a long time, and we have not heard of this, or at least I have not. So many things are kind of hush-hush or not widely publicized for whatever reason. Yeah. Yeah,
so it sounds like definitely something that, if people have an opportunity to get it, and I know Martha, and it may be the fact that Martha's Vineyard is like a exclusive type place,
Sweet,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, you got money and you go up there. It's not like a family, place. You're really going up there to really just relax, and just, yeah. So that may be one of the reasons why it's not a widely known film festival like, the Tribeca Film Festival or what's the few other ones that are out there in Cali. I can't think of the name of them right now. But there are, a lot more widely known film festivals. But it's pretty dope that this one has been going on for 20 years and does actually have, the same celebrity spotlight, the same, network spotlights that are picking up a lot of these other, festivals. Because a lot of these movies and short films wind up going on to be TV shows or going on to be specials on some of these networks in which we do wind up hearing about, sometimes later. So it's pretty dope that, again, that they have the opportunity to do this. I would definitely like to attend at some point, just to see what it's all about. Sounds like it's a whole, week-long festival. Yeah, it sounds like something pretty dope that I would definitely like to attend.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's still in high school. A Nebraska teen has opened his own rolled ice cream shop in North Omaha, WLBT reports. Aaron Burns is a 17-year-old high school student in Omaha, Nebraska. Recently, he added a few more titles to his resume, including entrepreneur and business owner. This week, Aaron opened Rollin Sweets, a new concept ice cream shop that he hopes will create community in North Omaha and serve as a safe space during the summer. We're not just here for ice cream, but also to be a place for people to come and feel safe at. I think a safe place in North Omaha was bound. It was needed because in our streets, in our communities, we really don't have it, Aaron explained. The teen originally wanted to pursue a career in criminal justice, finding his passion in entrepreneurship along the way. Once he discovered his passion for ice cream, he began pitching to investors, even leaving lunch during his junior year to head to the parking lot of his school and began calling potential investors. He landed a solid investment for his new business from Alexis Burns, his mom. He's always been determined, and when he's determined to do something, I allow him to do it even if he has to make a mistake or if he has to bump his head along the way if it doesn't work out. I also allow my kids to do what they want to do, said Burns. This isn't Aaron's first business either. A previous e-commerce store didn't quite pop, but he continued on his entrepreneurship journey until he found an idea that stuck. Not only did his mom make a financial commitment, opening the business under the family's Burns Family LLC, where Aaron is the president, but she also helps to operate the store day to day. Burns hopes her commitment will further propel her son to stick with his dreams. Me investing and contributing and actually showing him, hey, I'm quitting my job, I'm cashing in on my 401k, I'm giving this my all because this is a dream that you want and I believe in you. I'm going to trust you to do the right thing, said Burns. Aaron is looking forward to a fruitful summer of ice cream sales and hopes to use entrepreneurship as a way to connect with people, help them, and provide some joy and happiness. His goal is to one day see Rollin Sweets in locations across the country. With entrepreneurship, I can provide jobs, I can provide peace, and provide comfort. And with ice cream, it's also an emotional support food. So it also would help me to connect to people who are going through things I might not know. But the ice cream might help, he said. Congratulations, Aaron. The sky is the limit.
Wow, congratulations, Aaron, and congratulations to his mom.
Yes.
OMG, yeah, she truly does believe in her son's dream and her kids. I think she said he had more than one kid. So yeah, she truly believes in him. But congratulations to Aaron, for starters, for starting a business, because as we know, entrepreneurship is not something easy. Mm-hmm. And as I always say, it's not for everybody. And I know that's like the biggest thing, especially with, what was it called? Quit Gate or Quit whatever, where everybody was been quitting their jobs over the past couple of days.
The Great Resignation.
The Great Resignation, yeah, mm-hmm. Exactly. Where everybody, is doing this whole Great Resignation and people are wanting to go start businesses and all of these things and find better jobs, which I'm in full support of. Mm-hmm. More power to you. Knock yourself out. But again, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And as you mentioned in this particular story, he had another idea. We had a pop-up shop that did not work, unfortunately, mm-hmm. but he didn't quit.
Unfortunately, but fortunately. Because I'm pretty sure the lessons he'd learned, the fact that it didn't work out, I'm pretty sure he was revamping and applying the things that do work mm-hmm. to this new venture.
That's what I'm saying. So he didn't quit.
Right. Yeah. And the fact that, you said it. He didn't quit.
He didn't quit.
He was determined to say, okay, that didn't work, but it doesn't mean that something else won't.
Exactly. And so when you find your niche and you find what works for you and you're able to go ahead and obviously show that it means something to you, and you're able to find that investor or that investment or whatever, or some people who actually help also believe in you as well, and to put that support behind you like his mother did, that is phenomenal. For her to quit her, when I was like, wait, she quit her job and cash out her 401k?
She definitely is the definition of put your money where your mouth is.
Right. And I'm like, wait, how hot is it in Nebraska that I'm going to quit my job and cash in my 401k for an ice cream gig?
Everybody Everybody loves ice cream.
That
No matter the climate.
Even if you got daggone IBS or you got gut issues, a lot of people like ice cream and they can't even eat it. Which is not the issue. The issue is I'm going, how cold or how hot does it get in Nebraska to 12 months out of the year that you sell ice cream? But there are ice cream shops that do stay open 12 months out of the year. Yeah, that's just
Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly. Wisconsin.
And I'm from Wisconsin, and we have ice cream year round.
I don't eat ice cream when it's hot. So that means spring, summer, the beginning of fall. The rest of the time, I don't eat ice cream. But that's just me personally. But no, I'm very proud of what Aaron is doing, and I'm very proud, that he has the support from his family, from his mom and whoever his siblings, his dad, whoever else that may be there supporting him in his venture. And I'm glad that he did not quit once his first pop-up shop, for whatever that business venture was, didn't work. Because like you said, just because you fail doesn't mean you fail and you stop. You fail forward. You fail forward meaning you take whatever lessons, you take whatever ideas, you take whatever that you learn from failing and apply it to your next venture, and prayerfully that is successful. And it seems like this one is a major success for him. And, especially enough for his mother to actually go all in behind her. And like she said, she does stuff. And because I'm definitely a firm believer in that. When you see somebody doing something, you feel like I can't quit because they didn't quit.
That's true.
So his mom, who is the president of their family LLC, well, actually, I don't think he's the president of the LLC, mm-hmm. but then she actually does a lot of the legwork and so forth, for their other businesses and so forth. But he's able to see her not quit. Yeah. He's able to see, okay, if I see that she's doing this, and she put so much of her time, her money, her effort, and whatever else that she's putting into this, that I can't quit either, right, because she's doing this. And if I quit, then what does that, what does that show her at the end of the day?
She's definitely leading by example.
Yeah, that's the phrase I was looking for, leading by example. Thank you. That's exactly what his mom was doing. Shout out to Aaron's mom for leading by example.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know if for whatever reason he happens, because I know there have been a few, I think it's the Rollin Ice Cream places around, but if it ever comes here to the East Coast or specifically in North Carolina or the Charlotte region or anywhere else that we have Relationship Entertainment Television, we'll definitely have to check it out.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely have to check out, his shop for sure.
Awesome.
In our last story, ever since social media personality James Wright's viral reaction to Patti Labelle's sweet potato pies hit the internet, her success in the food industry has been skyrocketing, including being featured in the likes of Walmart and Target. After already bringing the flavors of home-cooked meals to many homes with her brand Good Life, the music legend isn't letting up on building her food empire. Essence reports that the attendees of its recent Eats, Foods, and Wine Festival had the opportunity to get a sneak peek of what new additions Labelle and her business partner Charles Suit have up their sleeve. The Black woman business owner shared that her company now sells breakfast foods such as frozen mini pancakes and mini pancake sandwiches stuffed with PB&J or chocolate hazelnut. The idea for the Good Life to offer the new morning treats was inspired by her grandchildren who love breakfast, according to the outlet. Just like her famous pies, the goal for the new breakfast offering is for families to have access to tasty food, yet in a timely manner. Looking out for her customers' health and being a diabetic herself, Labelle plans to put a sugar-free syrup option onto the shelves as well. As previously reported by Afrotech, Labelle's $60 million fortune includes diversifying her portfolio thanks to Patti Pies becoming a booming business. Back in 2015, the businesswoman took the moment to rightfully flex about her pie line. I quote, "I was selling out before the guy did his wonderful video," the R&B powerhouse said to TMZ at the time. In a great appreciation of Wright, she added, "Thank you, James. He's a wonderful singer and he's a wonderful guy." In 2022, Labelle's brand is going strong, all while expanding into new avenues. As a Black woman with her food on the shelves of major retailers, it's a feat that deserves all the praise.
All the praise and the goodies.
Exactly. And unfortunately, I don't do PB&J or hazelnut for that matter, but I definitely like to try some Patti pancakes. I wonder if that's what they're going to call them. Patti pancakes. They was called Patti pies, so these might be called Patti pancakes.
Yeah, but we all know how you have a crush on Miss Labelle.
Let me tell you, Patti Labelle, Miss Patti Labelle, is one of the finest seasoned women that I know. I didn't call her old. I called her seasoned. Seasoned women that I know. And it all sparks, one, because I'm a lover of music. So I love her music. And I think that's one of the things that just turns me on about Patti Labelle. Her music and how she just gets into it. And she just, she can serenade me any day. And she's fine. So that really doesn't, hurt at all. But then to know that she can actually cook and healthily, so I ain't got to get diabetes. Oh,
but you ain't gonna try no sugar-free syrup on your pancakes.
Okay, this might be true. I will not deny this part.
You should.
Well, maybe Patti LaBelle can get me to change my mind. I don't know. I don't know, something about Patti. She just has that, because remember, like, she's not the only person, especially specifically singer, that has, gotten into the food market. So, remember Aretha Franklin? I think she had some food at one point in time. We just talked about Bobby Brown a few weeks ago and his barbecue sauces. Yeah. Tabitha Brown's not a singer, but she's in the entertainment industry, and we know she has her seasonings with McCormick that are on the shelves of Target and a few other places, and her vegan restaurant, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's apparently a lot of entertainers that are out there getting into the food business or food industry or food market and whatnot. But Patti, and I know there are a lot of people who was like, oh, Patti pies ain't all that. It's just Patti pie. I like Patti pies. I don't care what you say. I like the Patti pie. The only thing I wish Patti LaBelle came out with that was different was an apple pie. A Dutch apple pie that would be phenomenal because I like apple pies. So Patti, if you hear me, one, I love you. I appreciate you for all your music. That's what she does. She does but now I appreciate you and love you for the food that you do too. She does. If you ever see Patti, she does. She kick off her shoes and then she... What? That's what Patti LaBelle does. I'm sorry. Anyway. So yeah, Patti, we love you. And again, shout out to you and your Good Life brand food, and your business, your Patti pies and your Patti pancakes. Yes, Patti. We thank you for tuning into this week's episode of RETV News Break and the Patti pancakes.
Be sure to subscribe to the RETV YouTube channel and Facebook pages for more great news, comic relief, and shows.
Comic relief and shows? I'm just saying, we like Patti pancakes. Anywho,
you really want to say patty cakes. Just go ahead and say it.
Patty cake. Also, RETV is available on Roku. Download the Roku channel to your download the RET. I can't even get it out. Dagnabbit.
Miss LaBelle, you see how he reacts when he talks about you? He just gets all tongue-tied and all,
Also, RETV is available on Roku. Download the Roku channel today to watch this and many other entertaining and educational shows. We look forward to seeing you next week when we fly away with the positive news right here on RETV. And until next time,
be blessed
and be great. Patti pies.
Hey, it's your girl, Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Tune in to Millionaire Man Cave on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.